You're sitting in your apartment at 2 a.m. Your laptop glows. The screen shows a number, $47,000. Annual revenue. You've made more in 3 months than your parents make in a year. Your hands shake slightly as you close the tab. Rewind. Month 3. You're in microeconomics. The lecture hall is half empty. 40 seats, 12 students. Your professor is talking about supply curves. You're not listening. Your phone vibrates. Your Shopify dashboard has a notification. Another order. Your thumb moves to the app before you think about it. $247 in your account. That was this morning. You refresh. $289 now. You watch the number tick up. Refresh. $294. Your leg bounces under the desk. The professor says, "Anyone?" Silence. You look up. He's staring at the class, waiting. You look away. Your classmate to the left is taking notes. Neat handwriting. Expensive pen. She'll graduate. She'll apply for jobs. She'll wait for callbacks. You already have revenue. You close the app. You open it again. $301. After class, your roommate asks, "You coming to dinner?" "Can't. Got to handle some business stuff." He nods. He gets it. You spend the next 6 hours optimizing your ad campaigns. Cost per acquisition down 14%. Your conversion rate is climbing. By midnight, you've made $412 today. You do the math. That's $12,000 a month if it holds. Your tuition is $8,000 per semester. Your jaw tightens. You're paying for a classroom you don't go to. You're paying for lectures you don't need. You're paying to sit in a room while you could be doing this. Your best friend texts. "Where were you?" You don't respond until morning. By then, you've made another $180. Your parents call on Sunday. Your mom asks about classes. You say they're fine. You don't mention that you haven't attended 3 in a row. You don't mention the $5,000 sitting in your business account. Not yet. The number doesn't feel real enough to speak aloud. But it's real. You know it's real because your hands shake every time you check it. But the money keeps coming. Month 5. You're scrolling through a YouTube video. 10 billionaires who dropped out of college. Bill Gates. Mark Zuckerberg. Steve Jobs. The thumbnail shows their faces at 22. You pause on Zuckerberg. Same age as you. Same decision point. Except he's worth billions, and you're sitting in your apartment watching a video about him. You click another link. Why your degree doesn't matter anymore. A Forbes article. You skim it. The headline alone justifies everything. You screenshot it. You don't send it to anyone. You just keep it. Your business is $7,200 this month. Flat from last month, but still. Your tuition for next semester is due in 6 weeks. $8,000. You do the math 3 times. Each time the answer stays the same. You're paying to sit in a classroom while your actual education is happening on your laptop. Your mom calls. "How are classes?" "Good. Busy." Your father wanted to know if you need anything for next semester. Your jaw tightens. "I'll let you know." You hang up. You don't tell her you've stopped going to 2 of your classes. You don't tell her that last week. Your professor sent an email. "Haven't seen you in 3 weeks. Everything okay?" You read it 5 times. You deleted it without responding. You open your business dashboard. Refresh. 7,247. You watch the number, waiting for it to move. It doesn't. You close the app. You open it again. This is real. The other thing. The classroom, the degree, the plan your parents made for you, that's becoming abstract. The business is what's concrete. The business is what's proof. But that's when the pressure arrives all at once. Month 7. Your mom calls on a Tuesday. You're in the middle of optimizing a campaign. You let it ring twice before answering. "Hi, honey. Your father and I wanted to talk about spring semester. Registration closes in 3 weeks. Your stomach tightens. "Yeah, I know. Have you registered yet?" You haven't. You've been not registering for 6 weeks. "I'm thinking about it." Silence. You can hear her breathing. "Thinking about it?" "The business is at a critical point. I might take a semester off. Focus on scaling." More silence. Then, you can always go back. It's not a question. It's a statement she needs to believe. You don't correct her. That night, your best friend texts. His internship offer came through. Real company. Real title. Real salary. He's excited. You read the message 3 times. You don't respond until morning. Wednesday, your business plateaus. $7,200 again, same as last month. You refresh the dashboard 6 times. The number doesn't move. You close the laptop. You don't open it for 4 hours. When you do, there's an email from your advisor. Subject line, checking in. I noticed you haven't declared your spring courses. Is everything all right? Let's talk. You delete it. Thursday afternoon, you're at a coffee shop. Your college friend walks in. She's glowing. New internship. Tech company. She sees you and waves. You wave back. She comes over. Hey, I haven't seen you in forever. Yeah, been busy with work. That's so cool. I got an offer, by the way. Senior analyst position. Your chest goes tight. That's great. What about you? Still in school? You nod. You don't mention the business. You don't mention the registration deadline. You don't mention the decision you're not making. She leaves. You sit alone. Your coffee goes cold. That night, you open your laptop. The withdrawal form is already pulled up. You've been staring at it for 2 weeks. Registration deadline is tomorrow. You've read every word. You know what it means. Month 8. The point of no return. Your fingers hover over the keyboard. Your business account shows $9,200 this month. Stable. Not growing, but stable. You do the math again. Same math you've done 50 times. School costs money. The business makes money. The choice is obvious. Except it isn't. You think about your mom's voice on the phone. You can always go back. You think about your advisor's email. You think about your friend's internship offer. You think about the number on your dashboard that hasn't moved in 6 weeks. Your hands are cold. You click submit. The form processes. A confirmation email arrives within seconds. Your withdrawal has been processed. You are no longer enrolled for spring semester. You read it 3 times. Your chest is tight. Your breathing is shallow. You're not a student anymore. The words on the screen make it official. You close the laptop. Your roommate knocks. You coming to get food? Not hungry. He leaves. You sit in the dark for 20 minutes. Your phone buzzes. An email from the registrar. Your degree progress has been paused. You may re-enroll at any time. You stare at the words. Re-enroll, as if it's still an option. As if you could just go back. But you know you won't. Not now. Not after this. You've crossed something, a line you didn't know was there until you were already on the other side. Your identity shifted the moment you hit submit. You're not a student taking time off. You're a dropout, an entrepreneur, committed. There's no safety net anymore. There's only forward. Your phone buzzes again. Your mom. How did registration go? You stare at the message. Your jaw clenches. You type, I'm taking a semester off. It's the right call. You don't sound convinced. You hit send anyway. Your mom doesn't push back. Neither does your dad. That's the worst part. They accept it. Your dad even asks about revenue numbers. For the first time, he seems impressed. You've made the brave choice. Now you have to own it. Month 14. 6 months pass. You're working 16-hour days. Your business is $9,800 a month. Stable. Not growing. Just stable. Your friends are consolidating. Internships. Job offers, real companies, real titles. You scroll through their updates at 3 a.m. You don't comment. You don't like the posts. Your best friend texts. We should catch up soon. You read it 3 times. You don't respond until the next day. Busy with work right now. He doesn't push. Nobody pushes anymore. That's when you realize you've become the person nobody asks about. The dropout. The one who took the risk. The one who can't afford to admit it's not working. You're in the same room. Same desk, same chair, same 4 walls. Your hands are pale from no sunlight. Your sleep schedule is inverted. You work when the world sleeps. You sleep when it works. A recruiter emails. Impressive offer. $85,000. Benefits. Growth track. You read it twice. Your stomach tightens. You can't take it. You have no degree. Your business is your credential now. It's also your cage. You decline politely. Focused on scaling, you write. You don't mention that scaling isn't happening. You don't mention the 6 weeks of flat revenue. You don't mention that you're trapped in a business that barely sustains you, unable to go back to school without losing income, unable to tell anyone the truth because you've spent 6 months saying it was the best decision you ever made. Your mom calls. How's everything? Good. Busy. She hears the lie. You both know she hears it. She doesn't ask again. But that's not the worst part. Month 22. You're scrolling through LinkedIn at 4 a.m. Your business account shows $11,500 this month. You've stopped checking it obsessively. The number doesn't excite you anymore. It just exists. A connection request arrives. The recruiter from 3 months ago. She's added a message. Still interested in talking? We have another role opening up. Senior level. Better compensation. Your chest tightens. You stare at the message for 10 minutes. You open a new tab. Can you go back to college after dropping out? You read 3 articles. The answer is always the same. Yes, but it's complicated. You'd restart as a junior. You'd be 27 when you graduated. Your peers would be senior managers by then. You close the tab. You open your business dashboard instead. Refresh. 11,503s. You watch the number. It doesn't move. You close the app. The recruiter's message is still there. You read it again. Better compensation. You do the math. $120,000 salary. Benefits. 401k. Actual growth track. Everything you don't have. You type, "Thanks for thinking of me. I'm committed to scaling my business right now." You don't send it. You read it 5 times. You delete it. You type again. "Really appreciate the opportunity. Not the right time." You hit send before you think about what you're saying. The response comes within an hour. Understood. Door's always open. It's not. You both know it's not. Once you decline, once you commit to the business, once you say no to the exit ramp, the door closes, and you've just locked it from the inside. Your jaw clenches. Your hands go cold. You've made the choice. Again, without choosing anything at all. But that's not the worst part. Month 28. You stop talking about the business. Not consciously, just gradually. A friend asks how it's going. You say same. You don't mention the revenue. You don't mention the plateau. You don't mention anything real. Your best friend texts the group chat. Weekend trip. Everyone's invited. You read it 3 times. You don't respond. An hour later, they plan without you. You watch the messages come in. You don't join. Your mom asks about your life. You give her nothing. Work's busy. That's all. She doesn't push anymore. Your dad stopped asking months ago. Here's what happened. Everyone who knows the full story, the numbers, the timeline, the opportunity cost, they know you made a mistake, and you can feel them knowing. Your college friend posts about her promotion, senior analyst to senior manager, 2 years out. You see it on Instagram. Your stomach drops. You don't like the post. You don't comment. You just stare at her smiling face and do the math. She's 24. She has a degree. She has options. You're 24. You have a business doing $11,500 a month. You have no options. Your jaw tightens. You close the app. That night, your roommate asks, "You coming to get coffee?" "Nah. Working." You're always working, or you're always hiding. You can't tell the difference anymore. You don't go out. You don't see people. You don't tell anyone anything. Not because you're ashamed, because you're paranoid, because admitting the truth, that this was a mistake, that you're trapped, that going back now means starting over at 24 with nothing. Admitting that means everyone was right, and you can't have that, so you disappear instead. Your hands are always cold now. The end. Year 2. You're 24. You do the math on paper this time, not in your head. On paper, the numbers look different. Going back to school now means starting over. Junior year. 2 more years minimum. You'd be 26. Your peers would be senior managers. They'd have health insurance, stock options. They'd have moved twice. You'd be sitting in a classroom with 19-year-olds, losing 2 years of income. Even at $11,500 a month, that's $276,000. Your business isn't worth $276,000. Your business isn't worth anything. You can't sell it. Nobody wants to buy it. It's not a company. It's a job you can't quit. You stare at the numbers. Your hands go cold. Your best friend calls. You don't answer. He texts, "Dude, where are you?" You don't respond. Here's the geometry. You can't go forward. The business isn't growing. You can't go back. The cost is too high. The admission of wrongness is too public. So you stay. You stay in this apartment, at this desk, refreshing this dashboard that hasn't moved in 6 months. You're not running a business anymore. You're running from a decision. Your mom texts, "Just checking in." You read it, you don't reply. And the worst part, isn't the money. The worst part isn't the income you'll never make because you're trapped here. The worst part is that you'll never tell anyone the truth. You'll keep saying it was the best decision you ever made. You'll become very good at lying. You'll become so good at it that you'll believe it too. Your hands are always cold now. You'll spend the rest of your life wondering what would have happened if you'd just finished your degree. And you'll never know if that wondering is worse than the answer.